You will notice that when we talk about the Big Five, sight words do not fall under the Big Five. Sight words are a component that we believe fall under fluency. Sight words are the most common words in the English language, and they are very misunderstood. Some people believe sight words are whole language, words that we just know when we see them. We don't try to sound them out. Well, sight words are words that we just want to know when we see them. We don't want your child to sound them out, but not because they can't be sounded out. Some of them can be sounded out. It's because they show up so frequently in the English language that we do not want them to stop every time they see them to try to figure out what that word is. The word the or the, depending on where you're from, is the most common word in the English language. It appears, I don't remember these statistics off the top of my head.
75, right?
The word the appears 75 times every 1,000 words. The word the or the appears 75 times every 1,000 words. There are other very common words, of, but, and. Those words, the top 10 words, make up 24% of the written language. Now you know yourself, you're working with your child. They read that word on line 1, they get down 3 lines, they've never seen it before. These words show up so frequently that we want them to know it just like this. When I flash those sight words at them, I want them to know that word. When you're driving down the street and your child sees the golden arches, they don't sound out that word. They know what it is. That's how quickly I want them to know these words. Let me give you a for instance. The word daughter is a sight word. It's not an easy word. It's not easy to sound out. But we use that word in the English language to relay meaning, a relationship. We use it all the time. And so we don't want our children to stop at those words every time they show up. We want them to know them quickly. In our sight word component, you will get the top 300 words. The top 300 words, let me back up. Do I need to say the 25 and the 100 words?
I don't know, I'm just looking at.
Or did I make my point?
Well, in a perfect world, you'd probably say it.
Okay. The 25 most common words in the English language make up 1/3 of all written print. And the top 100 words, almost 50% of what we read. If 100 words make up 50% of what we read, and I can master those by sight, then I can spend the other time teaching my child to read words that don't show up that frequently in print, words that they might only come across every once in a while. That is one of the reasons why sight words are so important in mastering, especially at the very foundational level of reading. I want my child to know those words through, though, and thought. All have the same letter combinations, all have different meaning. I want you to know them when you see them. This test is relatively easy to give. We have taken Fry and Dolch. I know you've heard of them. We've put those sight words together, got rid of the duplicates. There's 300 of them. We want you to master all 300, and we will work on those again in a way that is not just flipping through cards, because that is a visual modality only, a visual modality of learning words. We have in our book the ability for you to assess your child, multiple children, figure out what words they know. How easy is this test to give? So we start, they know it, they know it, they know it, they don't know it, they don't know it, they know it. At the end, I'll know all the words my child has mastered and all the words they haven't. I will then go into the instructional activities, and instead of just flipping through cards, I will play these different games. One of the most popular that we have in our book of activities is called Flashlight, where you can put the words on a wall. Typically, we have it in a dark room. Hit it with a flashlight, the light of the flashlight, yell it out. So we have the kinesthetic movement of the flashlight, the visual of the word itself, and the auditory hearing of that word. We've had many parents that have sent us different, on our Facebook page, said, you know what, we just put them underneath the table in the dining room. It doesn't even have to be a dark room. I had a dad once tell me that his daughter not only knew the word in context, but she remembered where it was on the wall. That is how important that kinesthetic motion is. So instead of just flipping through cards, we're going to play games with these words.